Hello and welcome to this edition of Nick Hacks. We're going to be working with air dry clay today, and we're actually going to be making an air dry clay flower, or rose to be exact. And this is actually one of my favorite things. It's actually, pretty easy to do, and the result is pretty fun. So let's go ahead and get started. So first things first, we want to take a good amount of the clay and mold it into a bowl here. And then what we want to do is we want to get a couple of pieces here broken off, and then we're going to make them into a smaller ball. And then what we're going to do here is you just take it and press it in the palm of your hand and just roll it with your thumb. And what we're doing is just stretching it out. And if you can see what it's becoming here, it's becoming the shape of a petal. So if you can imagine these will become the petals of our flowers. So we're just going to go ahead and shape these here. All right, so pretty straightforward process. I'm just going to show you here. We have that. We put that aside here. We're going to make a couple more really quickly. So all you do is you simply just roll it into a ball, and then here, just begin to press it with your thumb just to stretch it out a little bit into the shape of a petal. So we're just kind of stretching it out so it comes a little bit as thin, more malleable, and then if you can see it here, just identical to what you would have as the petal on a flower. Okay, so here we go. You see that kind of taking its shape here? Just slowly pressing and stretching that out. Okay, all right. So here we go. We're just going to do one more. Just break off some of this clay, roll it into a ball. And then we're going to start with our thumb here and just kind of slowly stretch it out. A little bit of thin, a little bit elongated here. And then one point is they don't need to be all identical. If you imagine nature, not every single petal is going to be exactly the same shape. So it's okay here to have just a slight bit of variety is okay. We're just trying to get them to be approximately the same size, shape, and width. Okay, so here we go. We have 3 petals, and in the interest of time, I made a couple of petals ahead of time. But what we're going to do here is the first piece is we're going to take this petal and we're going to roll it inwards, and this is going to become the center of the flower. So you see that here? Kind of tightly rolled. Okay, so we're going to grab this other petal. I'm going to roll it along the side here. And if you can see it here, just becoming just like you would have a normal rose with the petals on the outside. So we're going to grab this other petal here. And one of the tricks here is not to roll it too tightly for these ones. So we want to get some space between these to kind of look, not too tightly wound. I mean, if you wanted to go for a very tight one, you could. But here what I'm trying to do is try to have it so it kind of opens up just a little bit. So you can see I'm just where the seam is, I'm just covering that with the next petal. And then I'm just slowly doing it so I can allow a little bit of space in between. So it's kind of, a rose kind of opening up a little and not so tight. Okay, gonna grab another petal here. Same thing on the seam here. And then not so tight as to seem like the rose petal is not opening up. All right, grab another one here. Gonna put it on the seam here. Similarly, leave a little bit of space here so it's kind of, the flower opening up. All right. I'm gonna grab one more here. Same thing on the seam, allowing a little bit of space, and it's giving that look of that flower opening up. And I'm just gonna do one last one here, just to give it a little bit of depth. Okay, perfect. Okay, so there you have it. If you could see, simple air dry clay rose, and if you can imagine, you can do this in a whole bunch of different colors, but pretty simple to do. Simple, adds a little bit of texture, fun thing to do with kids. So hopefully you enjoyed this. If you did, please make sure to subscribe. Take care.